Hi everyone, this is Tech Comics. I have a video to show all of you books I was able to pick up really reasonable price. um, I just want to say too that when I do get these books for the prices that I say I do and get them from, that's no way, any shape or form me bragging about that. Because I feel like it kind of comes off that way sometimes. Me personally, I feel like that's how I feel about when I say, oh, I got this for 25 cents or I got this for $1. I'm not trying to brag about it or try to say I'm some kind of big thing. Um, all I'm trying to do is just share uh, books that I was able to get at a good price, um, and just kind of show everyone out there that if you really have the time and the effort to go to different places in one day or several days to find books that you're trying to collect, coming across these key books that I have been able to come across, that's just a bonus. That's just an added bonus. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time now that I know the places that I like to go. I know kind of an idea of like when to frequent these places to be able to get these books at these prices. And when I go there, I have a good rapport with the people that I'm talking to that are working in these departments. And I always let them know everything that's going on with a book. I tell them the artist, I tell them the writer. I give them tips on which ones are keys and which ones aren't. And a lot of times they're just, they're overwhelmed with everything that's going on, where they'll give me a fair price for the book. And they'll say, yeah, if you want to get it for that price, that's fine. So, and a lot of these places I go to, they are places that take in donations. So yeah, maybe some of the times they don't know what they have, and maybe some of the times that they do. Either way, though, I feel very fortunate and very lucky that I'm able to get these books at these prices. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. I mean, honestly, maybe it'll be, it's going to be different in the fact like where you live, because maybe some of the places where everyone lives, they don't have these kind of opportunities. But I'm just sharing my experiences on these and just hoping that it sparks something in anybody that watches my videos to try it when you can. It's a lot of fun. It really is, to go running around and finding these books and getting them at the prices that I do. Now I will disclose that right now I did pay under $2 for all these books that I'm about to show you, all of them. And if there's one that's a new one, well then I'll let you know that was that was something from my pull list. But I'm pretty sure, thinking about it now, none of these books are from my pull list. These are all books that I found in the wild. And some of them I got a bag and board. Some of them I haven't gone through the process that of going through stuff, because as you can see, I don't just have a few books. I have too many. And there is such thing as too many. And this hobby does start to become overwhelming, especially when you feel like you don't have enough time to put in to your collection, and I feel like a lot of times when I try to get my collection going, I get pulled away. But that's okay though. I mean, sometimes you need to get kind of pulled away to rethink how you're going to attack it again, and do it the way how you want to. So I've been rambling on enough. Let me show some books. And some of these I grabbed because, oh, hey, sorry, I just like to shoot it this way, because that way I can see where I'm going, and I'm not having to grab behind me and stuff. But hey, everybody, it's Tech Comics. My face is a little puffed up because of my allergies, but oh well. So here we go. Here's Death Wish #2. So I need to put it back and forth in. That's a direct edition. Here's #4. I believe this is just a 5-part series. And I want to say that looks like Lobo. But it's not. Those are Archie books. I don't need to show those. Here is Amazing Adventures of the Original X-Men #11. I am collecting this run. It's a lot of reprints, but they're great. They're fun to read. And it's a lot cheaper than trying to get the originals. Alright. Here's Masters of Kung Fu 88. On the Masters of Kung Fu run nowadays, I am just trying to hunt down a lot of the newsstands and things like that, and then I just can never leave. Here's number 87 of Masters of Kung Fu. I can never leave my exact cover behind. And when I'm filming these videos, I'm trying to film it the way I see it right now, but then when I go to watch it later just to see how it looks, it has it flipped the other way. So sorry if that happens. I've been out of touch on how to set up my camera right. Here is issue number 77, Masters of Kung Fu. Here's The Avengers, Marvel Triple Action number 36. Here is Silk Spectre, and it's Before Watchmen number 1. Night Owl, Before Watchmen number 1. There we go. And if there's a lot of sound in the background, that's my fans. I have to run fans in here because it is getting hot. Here's second printing of Man's Best, and it might be Man's Best Friend. Sorry, it's number 1 from Boom Studios, second printing. I just grabbed this because the cover looked interesting, and I think I remember hearing about this. And I think I remember it was a decent story. Like it was good writing. The art to me looks great. I love that kind of stuff. Here's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is issue 10, cover A. See, bag and board needs it. And here is issue 4, cover A. Here is issue 5, cover B. And here is issue 9, cover A. Alright. So let me see here. I know I got more books. Oh, here. This one, Beneath the Trees. This I saw this book. This was the first one I got. I remember the number. I think this is a variant though, you know, from Psycho Killer, which is cool. Killer Bear. And this run, they have some. I haven't read it yet, but they have some really, really interesting covers, and they do a lot of movie depictions too. Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees. This is issue 3. It's a variant too as well. So I'm gonna definitely give this thing a read. I have 2 titles here, and this is same title, but Where Nobody Sees. It's a Rite of Spring, issue 2. So gonna give this a shot. Looks like it'd be pretty funny, gory too at the same time. Issue 6. This is issue 5. But I like some of the variant covers, and I definitely want to hunt those down. Issue 4, because they pay homage to like movies and like horror stuff. It's pretty cool. Here's issue 3. Oh, what's going on there? Here's issue 2. And then here is issue 1, second print. That's very nice. I like he's wearing those goggles. He's thinking safety first. Safety first, no blood me out. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, here's Masquerade. This is issue 1, Dynamite, Alex Ross cover. I needed this one. I didn't think I did, but I looked at my CLZ and I needed it. Here's Chew. This is issue 46. These also have some pretty cool covers. Pretty cool covers. I think Razor Comics would like this one because it's an homage to Garbage Pail Kids, but it's Trash Pail Floyd. That's pretty cool. I was hoping they'd have a second copy, because if it did, I would grab it for Razor for sure. And I think I already have this one, so I'm going to probably gift it to somebody. It's a John Byrne, Angels, Blood, and Trenches, issue number 1. I believe I just picked this one up, so if I did, I'm going to give it to somebody else. Spike vs. Dracula, and this I grabbed because it's Sean Murphy cover. And it looks, I mean, I do like a lot of the covers for that run, for both of those. But I'm trying to grab like the ones that I see that I know the artist, and then I'll probably go back and get the other ones because they're still there and not moving. Here's a Cho cover for Masquerade, issue number 1. Seen that one as well. Okay, I have to start moving some things because I got more. All right. Let me see here. Okay, I'll put that with that one. All right. Then I found this. My friend was telling me, and I mean, I grabbed it because I had an idea, but I wasn't sure. But it is. This is the first Uncanny X-Men 248, the first cover that Jim Lee did for X-Men. So I was pretty happy to find that. I did find a Warlord still in the poly. Oh no, this is not in the poly bag. Warlord issue 129. I needed for my run. So I got a bag and board these. I grabbed this just because I mean I like the cover, Headless Horseman, and it's Cyclops' head that he's holding. So it must be the, this must have been during Halloween. This is X-Men issue 4. You got Cyclops there holding his head, Headless Horseman. It's pretty cool. These when I saw these. I was like, what the heck? But it, when it caught part of the title, from when I saw this, I got 2 of them. I was like, oh man, if that's the first appearance of Punisher and I'm getting it for, the price I am, holy snaps, but it's not. I mean, it is the first appearance, but it's a reprint. The original one would say the Jackal right here. I'm only positive and not the Punisher. But either way, I mean, that's a cool reprint to have, you know what I mean? This is not for resale, so the only thing I could think of is that this was either given away at a con or it came with a toy, something or the other, but I wasn't going to leave those. That's a cool cover. And I've heard a lot of people talk about Dragon Ball Z and things like that, and how, the comic books are, they roll for a little bit of a value. So I figured, well, if I can get it cheap, I'll get it. Issue 2, Dragon Ball Z. Really good condition, too. Then I found this. Never seen this before, so I don't know how far back this dates to Adam Hughes, but it's Beautiful Killer, limited preview edition, Adam Hughes. So, yeah, I'll grab that. Then I found an Amazing Spider-Man, issue 698. I don't believe I have this cover, because I'm current with my Spider-Man run, but I don't believe I have that issue. Here's Masters of the Universe. It looks like it's a gold foil for the title. Number 1, this is cover C. I think this goes with the one that, oh gosh, that came out a long time, maybe a couple years back. So that's good to have. Then I found an Ultimate Fallout number 5. Then I found Lobo Unbound number 1 of 6. Pretty sure I already have these ones, but oh my gosh, dude, Lobo. Especially some movies coming out too, you know what I mean? Here's number 3. And they're just great covers, man. They are just, I like these covers of Lobo. That was issue 3, right? Yeah, here's issue 4. And then I needed these because I do have the manga version of this. I have issue 1, because it has Rogue on it. Oh no, I'm sorry, not issue 1. I believe it's issue 5, maybe? Here's issue 1, X-Men Ronin. I have one of the issues, but it has Rogue on the front cover. It's either Rogue or Jean Grey. Gosh, I'm all over the place. Issue 2. So this is a 6-part series. Issue 3. And issue 4. So that's cool. So we get those at a good price. Goes there. Then I found a Punisher, Wolverine Punisher number 1, Marvel Knights. That's an awesome cover. It's done by Mike Delato, which is great. Infinite Crisis number 1, the Michael Turner cover. There was another Infinite Crisis. I was going to grab it, but I decided not to at that point. But I tried to go back today, and they haven't put them back. They haven't put any of them out for yet. So I hope I can go back and get the other Infinite Crisis. This just looks cool. Chips and Vanilla. That just looked like a cool book. I looked in the inside. I want to say it's black and white. But it looks cool. Never seen it before about Eisner and all that stuff back. But yeah, it's all black and white. The artwork is just right up my alley. It's cool. It looks great. The first thing I saw this book, I thought, oh, Calvin and Hobbes, because it's a kid and a dog. But, Calvin and Hobbes, that's him and his imaginary pet tiger, I believe. Right? Probably wrong. Guardians of the Galaxy, issue 5. Guardians of the Galaxy, issue 10. And I know I already have this cover, I'm positive. Guardians of the Galaxy, Secret Invasion, number 4. The Death of Doctor Strange, issue 3. Alright. This one is Victory. This is issue 1. Roger Cruz, I believe, did the cover. The Walking Dead issue 100. Now, I believe these are the reprints, right? I believe that these are the ones that they did in color. So, yeah, find Walking Dead like that, I'll grab them. This one I couldn't believe was in there. I definitely got to change the bag and board. I want to say it's a fine mint. I looked at the bag. The tape on the front is on the bag, but this is a Bob Layton cover. It's Iron Man issue 128. Man in a Bottle. Really happy to get that book. Then here's 2 more Turtles. This is issue 11 and 12. They're both cover A. All right, and let's see. I think I have some more loose books. Well, maybe I think I'm going to show them this. Okay, so now to the books that, to me, to find them for the price I did, I just got lucky, first and foremost, and to find them was blew me away. This one here, I had my friend press and clean it at Savage Comics, and he did an awesome job. I mean, seriously, on this one. And I never thought I knew I'd own this book someday, but I didn't know I was going to get it for how I didn't know I was going to find it the way I did. When I was just stoked. This is Wolverine issue 1, direct, and yeah, this one came out really good. And I want to say it's a nice copy, very nice copy. Put a top loader, but all it had was a little bit of a crinkle right here. It's gone. You know what I mean? And right here, the whole book on the end kind of looped up a little bit, flattened it out perfectly. So, yeah, right there. Big boy book. So stoked to have that. Then I found this book. The story behind this book is I had it before a long time ago. And a friend of mine went with me to this comic book store because I wanted to show him this comic book store. And this was in my box that I had hundreds of boxes of books that they were holding for me. And I'd always go in there every once in a while and try to pick up some books. But this was in there, and when I showed him this book, he asked, he says, "You know what book that is?" I go, yeah, I know what it is. And he goes, "Well, hey, are you going to pick it up now, or you know what?" I said, "Dude, if you want it, you can have it, you know." So I let him grab it. I mean, he grabbed it out of my hand, but he it was a playful, joking kind of way. And he's a really good friend of mine, and I hopefully going to see him next month. He's just been super busy, and I'm talking about Undisputed Frost. That dude is like, he's a great man, and I have a lot of respect for him, and I've got to know him, and I just thank you every day that he's in my life and he's my friend. But I did let him get this copy of this book at that time, and I didn't mind. I really didn't. But I did after that, when that bookstore closed and those guys, closed shop and went their different ways. I had an opportunity to go back and get some more of those books, but I never prevailed. So, and to find this one in the wild again, like I did, and to get it this time, Bloodstone #1, first appearance of Elsa Bloodstone, I was stoked, because that just shows, that when you do something good, or you try to have good in your life, good always comes back. You know what I mean? And we can't all be perfect. I'm not perfect. Trust me, I'm not perfect. But I was happy that day that I was able to show a good friend of mine a place that I go to and get books, and to say, hey, if you want any books in my boxes, go ahead. I don't mind. I really don't. You're gonna help me, so I don't have so much inventory. But when he saw me pull this one out, he was like, hey man, he's like, well, yeah, go ahead, dude. He might have another version of that. But that's how I see it, and he's such a great guy. And seriously, if he, the only book I would have told him that he could not grab out of those boxes would have been my Hulk 181, because I was making payments on it. But everything else, I was cool with him if he wanted to get. I seriously, it wouldn't have bothered me one bit, because I know if I found it once, I'll find it again. And look, boom, did. Now this one, this is my second copy of this book. This was another one. I was like, what the heck? I was like, I kept my composure though, and it's still in the poly bag. I have it in a bag now, in a top loader, but yeah. And this one looks like to be a better copy than the one that I have. So, you know, I'm like, there's no way I'm not going to pick up this book, but it's Ultimate Fallout #4. You know, it's first appearance of Miles Morales, first printing, because you can't see his face. You know, and I wouldn't mind eventually, like one day, getting the second printing and getting the variant of the reveal, because I like both those covers, you know. But I'm not kidding when I say this, you know, if you want to get books like this for prices, you know, that you'd be like, what the heck, I got it for that, just put in the time, put in the effort, you know. I mean, that's easy said and done, right? I mean, we all have lives, we all have, some of us are married, some of us have kids, you know, and it's hard, you know, because sometimes this hobby can take away a lot from what you would like to do in the day. But, you know, as long as you're having fun, and you do it, you know, where it's within your budget. Like I do all this stuff within my budget, you know. I make sure things get taken care of before I start doing this little fun hobby of mine, but then it gets overwhelming like this. But you know, you just gotta put the time and effort in, and I'm not saying nobody does. I know some people have told me, man, I have no places like that where I live, or I don't even have quarter bins or 50-cent bins, you know, and that sucks. I mean, I really wish that everybody would have an LCS near them, or places like I go to get these books. I mean, not to get these books because I'm saying like they always have them, no. To be able to find these books in some of these places I go, I wish everybody had that opportunity. I really do. You know, and any of my friends that that I hang out with that collect comic books, you know, if they come and visit me, I mean, I have no problem taking them to these places and letting them get first dips, first cracks on some of these books that I find. You know, because I always feel that it's always fun to give and share, you know, and help somebody out. I mean, of course, like, you know, I have plenty of books, and there's some books that I don't mind having doubles of, because I have 2 boys, you know, and someday if they ever get into comic books, well, guess what? They get this, you know what I mean? If I don't sell it. Someday when I'm ready to sell and get rid of a lot of the stuff, so that way I can go enjoy life and do other things, you know. I want to take up skydiving at the age of 89. Hey, I'm going to go do it, you know what I'm saying? All jokes aside, though, you know, I just want to thank everybody who watches my channel, who supports my channel, you know, who puts up with my shenanigans. Just gonna try to put some of these books back into this bag here, because I don't like them sitting out here in the sun hit them. You know, I just want to thank everybody. And to also give a shout out to Joe McDuffie, I believe his last name is that. He's a great YouTuber. He has a great channel. He doesn't have that many subs, and I'm kind of shocked, because literally he produces and makes his own comic book, which is just amazing. He also talks about comic books in a way that, you know, if you didn't think you're passionate about books and you hear how he talks, you'll start to realize you have the same passion. You know, it's just you either forget why you collect in the first place, or, you know, maybe you took a break for a while and you're thinking about getting back into it. But the one thing I like about Joe is that he's very, very informative on books, stories. You know, he's all about stories, but then he does like art. But he likes a story that you can relate to. Or if you can't relate to it, he likes a story that when you read it, you want to know more, either about the character, you know, and I think a lot of us feel that way. But I mean, what I like about him is he's straight up, he's straight honest. And he's also a great guy, he's funny, you know, he likes to laugh, he likes to joke, you know. But then he also likes to talk about serious topics, and, you know, I just feel like his channel needs more support. You know, needs more people to go over there and check out what he does and what he has to offer. I think he's a great part of the community, if you want to call it a community. You know, and I just wish him all the best of luck, man. And I really like being in his chat and talking back and forth with him. I like the couple times I was able to hang out with him in a chat and on a live stream. I mean, he's a great guy. So please go check him out. If you're subbed to me, you could find his channel through me, most likely, or Aaron from Psychotronic Squirt Gun. He's also subbed to him, and he's also been giving him shout outs, and I want to also give him a shout out, because I do like his channel. I do like him. He's a great man, very smart, very passionate about what he does, and I commend him on that, and he works hard. He works super hard on what he's doing on his projects and everything, and he loves it. He loves to be able to explain it if you have questions, so please go check out his channel. And this is Tech Comics again, saying rock on, take care. And this video will be coming out after I do a live stream tomorrow with Aaron. So this is what I'm saying now is going to be late. And another live stream I'm going to do with another friend of mine. All right, everybody, take care. Rock on.